Hello everyone, Mr. Browning M1911 here, and behind the camera here is Backwoods Bob, and today is another MRE review. Here I have 5 vintage MREs, possibly from the 1980s, up to about 1994. We won't know until we open them up here to see what they are. And I'm going to choose one of these here, and we're just going to go through it here. And Backwoods Bob here, having served in the Army and I served in the Navy, he may chime in and we'll go over the different components, and we will also be kind of doing this differently than what most MRE reviews are. We will be actually kind of doing what soldiers and Marines did in the field, because soldiers and Marines are very creative. So today I'm going to be doing a review on the Four Fingers of Death, the Frankfurters with bean component. I'll just take these out of here. I will bring in my trusty tray here and my canteen and canteen cup here. The canteen cup is a 1945, and on the MRE bags here, there is no peelable seal, just a little notch here that you have to rip down. I'm not going to rip it here, but I'm going to cut open here. I'm going to use my trusty M7S knife here, survival knife, and we just cut into the bag. Making sure you don't cut yourself. And we will just go ahead and take out each of the components here. I've had these meals since the early 90s, so hopefully they might still be good. Okay, here we are. The beef frankfurters, or also known as the Four Fingers of Death. Okay. Oh, the pouch stand. I never used one of these. The bean component with tomato sauce. The accessory packet. And we'll open that up here. As you can see, it says coffee, creamer substitute, sugar, candy, catsup. Now the catsup is a dehydrated catsup. You have to mix with water. Salt, chewing gum, matches, and paper towel. Pardon me. We have the cocoa beverage powder. The old MCI style spoon. Apple jellies. Ooh, so there is no cheese spread in this one. And then of course we have the infamous crackers. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see if I can find a date code on any of these here. I don't think so. Not on these ones here. I'll have to open up the pouch here. But let's go into the accessory packet. Dump that out. Okay. Here we, oh wow, you can really smell the chocolate. The vanilla fudge bar. The
John Wayne paper.
The John Wayne paper indeed. One of the great things about the military back in those days, they child-proofed everything, so you really have to have a child to get these open. Just kidding. And Lucky is coming back for another round. And just your standard MRE paper. Book of matches. Your soup and gravy base, beef flavored. Iodized salt. Sugar. Feels like it's still good. Coffee instant type 1. That thing is, wow, hard as a rock. Okay. And then we have the cream substitute. Well, the interesting thing is there's no catsup. It has
Or Tabasco.
soup and gravy base, beef flavored, but no catsup. Well, unfortunately, I was hoping to be able to show you how you reconstitute the catsup, but apparently not in this one. That really smells. Okay, the beans with tomato sauce. Oh, there is a date code on there. I can just barely read it. I don't know if you can see it there. And it looks like 8267, so the 267th day of 1988. Oops. Okay. One bean component. And then, of course, the beef with frankfurters. Is there a date code on this one? It might be on the pouch itself. Aha. Frankfurters. Well, I got an 2495 here, but I doubt that is a date code. So this is most likely a meal from 1988. Okay, we'll just get all this trash out of the way here. And the first thing we're going to do here is see how these crackers have withstood the test of time. Let's see if we hear a nice, oh yeah, there was the vacuum. And yeah, look at that. Crackers have held up pretty well, but let's see if it passes the nose test. They still smell exactly like the crackers did back in the late 80s, early 90s. That is really a good smell. Okay, and then of course you have the apple jelly. Let's just go ahead and see how the apple jelly looks after all these years. Still liquidy, kind of dark. Well, let's take a look here. Oh yeah, that does not look like apple jelly. Ooh. No way, Lucky. You're not getting that. That smells really... Oh, no. Apparently it's affecting Backwoods Bob there.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's really a bad smell. The apple jelly is not going to be consumed today. Okay. But the crackers definitely seem to have held up well, so let's go ahead and take a taste test of the crackers. See how they taste. A little salty. I think that was back when they still put salt on the crackers. But those crackers held up well since 1988. Those are really good crackers. Okay. Cocoa beverage powder seems to have held up pretty well. And we're going to show you a little trick that we used to do in the field with the cocoa beverage powder. There's some water in there. Okay. Let's take a look at the beverage powder. Oh yeah. Look at that. And it still smells. What do you think?
Yeah, it smells good. Smells like it should.
Okay, we just
Yeah,
poured
that stuff don't usually, it don't mix up well without hot water. So if you don't have hot water, this is a great way to have it.
Take the sugar. Not the iodized salt. And let's see, we got the cream substitute. Let's see, cream substitute is a little bit hard. We're going to take a look here and see how it looks, smells. Oh, that is just one big cracker in there. No. I would have put the cream substitute in there, added a little bit of water, and mixed it up.
Maybe the coffee.
Maybe the coffee, but the coffee too is really bad. It's not in very good shape.
Yeah, it makes a pudding.
So we'll just...
Another other thing we used to add to it is if you had that and you got one of the oatmeal bars with your MRE, you could, because those things are really hard to eat, and you take and break it up the best you can in its pack, and then add that to this mixture here, and you make a chocolate oatmeal cookie batter.
Just mix it up until you... Oh, I got a little bit on Lucky there again. Okay, and look at that. It's going to turn into a nice paste here. Oops, I'm getting it all over the place here. And see how nice and thick that's getting? That's almost like a pudding right there. I don't know if you can tell in the light or not. You just want to kind of mix it up, make sure you get all the clumps out. Okay. We'll kind of let that sit there for right now. We'll go ahead and open up the Frankfurters here and see how these 4 fingers of death have held up. We'll open up at the notches here. They're kind of like little, or really giant Venetian sausages. Come on, Lucky. I know you want some of that. We'll break them up there. And that's really what they look like. Just really big Venetian sausages. We'll take a smell.
Still looks good.
Oh yeah, that smells really good. Here, smell that.
Yeah, that smells, definitely smells edible.
And we're gonna go ahead and, oops, we're gonna go, take a taste test here. And I'm making a mess here. Oh, wow.
Maybe they don't taste as good as they smell.
Yeah, some smells can be very deceiving. That, oh, yeah, that was a really bad, oh. If you've never had the Frankfurters before, hopefully that will let you understand why they call it the 4 fingers of death. Okay, our chocolate little drink here is about mixed up. I want to set that off to the side right there. Clean off our spoon here. And we'll get the bean component open here. Now, as you notice, there were no heaters added with these meals. So, in reality, most of us back then would eat these cold. We wouldn't even heat them up. If we had the ability to heat them up, we probably wouldn't even heat them up anyway.
Yeah, and I know in the wintertime we used to have to take the main course out of the cardboard pouch, and you wore it between your BDU shirt and your T-shirt while you're on patrol or whatever, so that your body heat would at least warm it up. And if you forgot to do that, sometimes you'd end up with something like a beef stew sickle. It'd be frozen solid and be like a push-up pop.
Yep. Okay. Well, to tell you the truth, the beans smelled really good, but we said that about the Frankfurters, and that they smelled pretty good. So
I'm surprised how well everything actually looks, though. I was expecting, other than the jelly,
yeah,
I was expecting everything to be very discolored.
same here. And we'll just, hopefully that can focus on there, and you can kind of see how the beans look. They do smell actually really good. Taste test. They taste like a can of pork and beans just opened up. Yeah, that, I'm amazed. Those held up really well. Let's add just a little bit of salt here. Lucky is really, really wanting a bite here. The salt adds to the flavor. Okay. Collect up my trash here. And now, the last thing here, the vanilla fudge bar. I'm really scared of this one. It looks like the vanilla fudge bars that they would put in the cans in the MCIs.
Looks better than expected.
Yeah, it held up really well. Uh-huh. Oh, it smells really, really good, but the sacrifices I make for my audience. Here we go. Wow.